Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mabi here, and today we're going to do the top 10 games of 2025. We're splitting this into two videos. The first one here today is going to be games that I played in 2025 but didn't release in 2025. Then the other video coming up in a day or two will be the top 10 games of 2025 that released in 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, this is just my list. In 2025, we went back and just played games that were fun, that we loved, and of course, some suggested by chat that we played at, retro, etc. So let's begin with number 10. This is a Donkey Kong Arcade for the NES. This one I chose myself. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza was coming out at that time, and I wanted to do a sort of Donkey Kong Legacy where we played a lot of the games before the new one came out. By the way, Bonanza, really good game. But anyway, it was going to be pretty much Donkey Kong here on the in the arcade version. Then we were going to play Donkey Kong on the Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Country, DKC2, DKC3, Donkey Kong N64, and etc. But this one is my number 10 for games that I played that didn't release in 2025 because of just how fun I actually had with it. I was thinking of just playing this really quick and just moving on, but I ended up restarting, playing a bunch. I did play this a lot, back in the day. I didn't have this game growing up, nor did I play it a lot in the arcade. However, I believe that it was in Animal Crossing, and we played a lot of that as well. So this game was just, very familiar, very fun, and it's just charming to see where, Mario and Donkey Kong, and he and Pauline here, their little stories and etc. So I had a really great time with this game. I recommend just playing it. There's so many different ways to play it. Obviously you can play it. I think here in the stream, I played it on the Switches online. You can see that on the top left of the thing. It has that little icon. So yeah, we played there on the Switch online, but it's just really fun. I believe you can also, if you want, and I don't really do this, but you can probably you can save state, but you can also rewind. But we didn't do that because it's a small game anyway, and why not just play it as it was intended. But nice and simple. You go grab some stuff, freaking knock everything down, remove barrels, and you defeat Donkey Kong, and you rescue the girl and just get a high score. Remember when games used to be high score? Now we're extracting and looting and PvEing, etc. It's a good time. But anyway, this is just a nice reminder of where games were, growing up. Or I grew up. I don't know about you guys, but it's just fun. So that is my number 10, Donkey Kong Arcade, for the Switch version, of course. Number 9, it's going to be Metroid Prime. Now you can see here on the little video here, it's going to be footage from my Let's Play of the Metroid Prime. Now, just like when Bonanza came out, I wanted to go back and play some earlier games before Metroid Prime 4 came out. So here is Metroid Prime, the first one. And in this video, I had the physical sort of game, so I wanted to show the manual. It was really cool looking at that because during the time that the game came out, also the Game Boy Advance version of Metroid Fusion was coming out, which I played that one as well as a kid and I loved it. So it was like showing some ads for that. That was a good game. But anyway, Metroid Prime 1, it was just an insane evolution for the Metroid series. Going to first person, it was a gigantic risk. You just didn't know if it was going to pay off, if it was clunky or not. Now, there's two different ways that you could play this on the Switch version. Even though I showed the physical version of the of the GameCube version, I played the Switch remastered version, which has better graphics and, really importantly, different control schemes. So, you can do that sort of old school where you hold down a button in order to look around, how you kind of did in like 007 N64 type of deal. But playing this game with updated controls is just so smooth. But it's really interesting that I after playing Prime and also playing Beyond, they still make it so you don't have to like look around like a shooter for the most part. You can still just look at a general direction, lock on an enemy, and then fight that way, just like they did in Legend of Zelda, N64. You could just lock on and then strafe around and fight and look. So it's interesting. There was the Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 gimmick where you can grab the Joy-Con and you can actually move it around on the screen. You can move it around as a mouse, It was okay. It didn't really work that well. And then they also had the thing where you can haptic, or you can, just do the air sort of motions and tracking there. But honestly, it was better just being just like the old games where you just, use the joystick, look in a general direction, scan, lock on. It just worked out better. But yes, the first game, the first in the series of the Prime, crazy amazing. A little too much scanning for my liking, but we're still, as of this recording, we're still kind of going through 4. I just haven't had the the want to play it, but it's still there, just in my Switch, ready to go anytime. But Prime, it was good then, and my god, it was really good now. And it really surprised me how well it held up, as even if you play with the old control scheme. So that's number 9. All right, this one's a little bit of a messy visual here, but here's number 8. It's going to be Magicraft. Now let's move over from the old retro some stuff that we liked. Magicraft actually came out, I believe, in 2024, so it's a year before. It was in early access for maybe a year before that, but then it released actually all the way in 2024, and we picked it up. This is a top-down roguelike game. Think Binding of Isaac, really similar to Binding of Isaac, or Enter the Gungeon or whatever. But basically, this is a game where you go room to room and you fight and you build, and it has a meta progression. It's really, really nice to look at, adorable. You can make insane builds, but the whole premise of the game is all about magic. You have wands with different properties of how many spells and mana regen you have, so your sort of ranges, and then you can collect different spells. Like you can have a laser beam that you can shoot. It has a cooldown, it has a damage, but the kicker is how you combine it with other stuff. So you can get that laser, and you can have a modifier that says splits in 2. However, it does less damage, or one that charges up, etc. So there's lots of different ways where you can switch out wands that have different builds, and you're making a lot of different cool builds on the fly. A lot of them can get pretty broken, and honestly, I thought the game was going to get really easy, but as you keep playing more and more, you think you're good, you think you get broken builds, but then all of a sudden the game ramps up in like different ascensions, lots of different add-ons for damage for enemies, and way new crazy bosses that it really keeps up with your damage. So it scales like crazy, and the more you play, you're gonna recognize which the better builds you can use, how good is it for defense, etc. And it's not just fighting. You have a lot of management, you have different puzzles to solve, a lot of things to collect, and it just ended up being a really cool game that we played throughout the year, and we kept playing it. They recently came out with another new update. They had a really cool sort of what's it called, collaboration with backpack battles, so that was pretty cool. You can unlock some of the characters. They had some cool skins and their own abilities. I highly recommend Magicraft if you're looking for a really good new-ish sort of top-down roguelike game that plays like the Binding of Isaac. It's really good. It just reminds me of how much freedom you have with the different builds. Every time you play, it's like, I like these certain builds. However, what if I combine it with this new support? All of a sudden, it's a new type of play style, and then maybe I can try it with other sorts of builds. So Magicraft was my number 8. Here it is, my number 7. This is going to be Deadlock. Now, Deadlock, it's a game that is very still in early access. I think it's actually still in invite only, though it's very easy to get into it. You can ask me, you can ask anyone to just invite you, and then you're gonna get the invite, etc. But basically, it's early access without having like a full free-to-play thingy ready to go. It's free to play, but basically it's invite only. So MOBA, makers of Dota, of course, and this is their new take. Instead of a top-down RTS type of deal, World of Warcraft inspired, it is now a first-person game, but it's still the same sort of thing. 5v5, 3 lanes, pushing creeps, leveling up heroes, destroying bases. League of Legends, Smite, Dota, etc. all intertwined into one with new updated sort of mechanics. This game's great, man. So this game released, I think, in 2022, 2023, and then we played it all the way this year again because they keep adding new heroes and stuff. And the footage here is from a new hero that came out, Mina. I really like her. So lots of new things coming out. I don't know if this is going to be the year that they actually release the game for everyone to play, and once they do, it's going to be hopefully a gigantic, huge fanfare. Lots of people going to be playing in esports. This is just a good game in general. It's just throughout the throughout the months and years since it's been out, there's been so many changes. You're seeing here it's a 3-lane thing. There used to be 4 lanes. There used to be lots of different, graphic changes. There's so many balances and reworks, and it's just interesting to see where it goes, which is why it's obvious why they haven't made it public yet, because they're making so much changes that it just wouldn't make sense. People would be complaining, they spend all this time, it changes, blah, blah, blah. But because it's in this, closed access beta, they can do as many changes as they want, and no one should and can complain. No one should complain because it's not ready to go. They're still like messing with a lot of stuff, but it's really a complete game, like the loop and everything. It's just they're still doing lots of changes and adding new heroes throughout the months, and I just can't wait to see where it goes. So hopefully in 2026 it'll be fully released, and we'll see this on my top 10 of the games released that year, because I don't know about Dota anymore. I really can't get into that. And the biggest part about Dota was that's probably my most game I've ever played in my life. In my lifetime, that's the most time I ever spent on a game. I wish I had access to games that I played as a kid, so I knew how much time that I've played. But I would say it's really close to Phantasy Star Online for the GameCube, version 1 and 2, volume 1 and 2, or Dota 2. So it's those 2 games in my lifetime that's definitely I play the most. Man, it's really hard to say which one. So hopefully Deadlock, it's gonna come out, it's gonna be good. But that's it for my number 7, Deadlock. Time for number 6. Yes, it's another retro game, Super Mario Bros. For the NES. However, this is the all-star version in terms of graphics, and this is also the Switch version. I don't know if I played this on an emulator or if I played this through the Switch 2 sort of emulation on it, but either way, this game, just like with my number 10, Donkey Kong Arcade, I played it because I just really felt like playing a simple game. I wanted a sort of actiony platforming game, and this one I didn't even stream this one. I just hit record. I beat the whole game in one sitting, and then I uploaded it on YouTube, and then I did a small little tiny review on if the game holds up, which it definitely does. So this was just another good time where I didn't have to focus on chat or anything. It's just me in the game. Just reliving childhood, etc., having fun. This game is challenging if you don't know what to do, if you're out of practice, because once you start getting to the late game stuff, it's really punishing. You freaking die, you go back to the beginning of the world, or if you are playing in the older versions of the game, you pretty much start from the very beginning, which is fine. But yeah, this game is classic, secrets, glitches, speed running galore. It's such a good time, man. So you just can't go wrong with this. I don't know how many times I beat it throughout my lifetime, but the last time I played it here was this year, was 2025. But before, I don't remember the last time I played it. It was probably during my Mario marathon 10 years ago, where I maybe played this game last. But it's good, man. I mean, I remember everything about the game. I get through it in one sitting pretty easily. It's just good. Solid game. If you never play this, you should, man. It's a really quick one. You can get it anywhere. You can even play like online. There's lots of little online browser. They don't do Flash anymore, right? They don't do Flash anymore, but it's just freaking good, man. So play this if you haven't. Such a classic, man. Just to see where Mario kind of came from. Obviously Donkey Kong, but I mean like the NES version starts, and if you can get the all-star version like this for upgraded graphics, look at the background. It's pretty nice. So nothing much to say that hasn't been said about it other than, damn, it's good. One of my favorite Mario games. All right, so that was number 6. Here it is, number 5. Moving from the spectrum of the super old to pretty new. So this is Path of Exile 2, and it's on this list because technically it came out in early access last year, right, in 2024 or the end of 2023. I think maybe it was the end of 2025. Sorry, at the end of 2024. But anyway, this is on here because it released technically very early in 25 or at the end of 24. But I'm putting on the list because it's just a really good game. I played a little bit of Path of Exile 1 when that first came out, but I didn't really get into it. But then they did a really cool thing where they're like, okay, we're going to release Path of Exile 2. It's going to be different. It's going to be for, I guess, a little bit more casual, a little bit more slower. We're still going to be supporting in parallel both games, cosmetics, all of your microtransactions, etc. But this game was just fun. I love I used to play a lot of action RPGs back in the day. Obviously Diablo and freaking what's that one vampire one? I totally forgot that one. But Torchlight 2, I played that one too. I love that one. Torchlight 2 was or 1 and 2. 1 and 2 were really good. But anyway, this is just one of those games that you should come back to every once in a while when they start a new league. I played again when they came out with the new druid class. I tried to level up and make my own, which was pretty fun. I ended up doing a sort of plant build. However, it fell off really quick. So then I had to do what a lot of people do when they play Path of Exile, which is go online and look at a build. But it worked out really well. It showed me a lot of things. Like, the more you look at builds, the more you find out that, hey, it's not too hard to do it. You just need to do a tiny bit of research to figure out like these specific pathways. And they did a good thing. There's lots of tools outside and inside the game, where if you look at the gigantic skill tree, and you know, it is a little daunting when you first play, but you can easily search up stuff like, okay, if I'm going a plant build, I want physical damage, maybe a little bit of shield regeneration, and plant stuff. So you just put in those keywords. They're on the map. They're on the skill tree. You highlight them, and then you just work towards them, and then you just work from there. So people who like maybe playing MMOs, like skill building and stuff like that, you can plan offline, plan in game, and then just have some fun and go through it and then see how strong you can get. I really like playing solo self-found, just because I just don't want to deal with the market. I don't want to cheese the game. You know, I don't want to sell things. I'm too lazy. I just want to go in, and whatever I find that I drop, I want to play. I want to play with. And this really gives me that feeling of playing kind of like a game I'm going to mention again, Phantasy Star Online version 1 and 2 for the GameCube. I really want to go back and play those. You know what? I'm playing those games again this year. So sick. But basically, it reminds me of those games where it's an action RPG. It's the same thing. You go through like a couple of levels, you level up a little bit, you go through the levels again, through a stronger difficulty, you get stronger new weapons, and then uniques drop, which is the best part of the game. Uniques and specials, those red boxes in Phantasy Star Online. Oh, so sick. And then you just keep going and going. This gives me the feeling of that, except obviously top down, and then, you know, this game is being updated constantly, which is pretty cool. But Path of Exile 2, it's just a fun time. They're updating it a lot, and you know, even though it's free to play, I actually spent a good amount of money on this, you know, doing the microtransactions for stashes, etc. No cosmetic stuff, but just stashes and stuff. It just makes things a lot more easier, and they deserve the money because it's a good game. So spending a lot of time on this recently. I'm pretty much done with the league so far. It's getting a little crazy, so I'm just wait for the next league, but it was good. It was a really good couple weeks for this one. But yeah, that's it for number 5, Path of Exile 2. Here we are at number 4. This is a game called Magic the Gathering Forge Adventure Mode. This is a completely fan-made game, updated all the time. So pretty much in the year 2025, I went extremely hard in sort of making and creating and uploading contents for my trading card game channel called Mabi TCG, where we upload lots of One Piece, Dragon Ball Super Fusion World, Union Arena, a little bit of Magic the Gathering, and Riftbound, etc. Mostly One Piece though. So yeah, if you want to go see that channel, link down below. I upload all the time there. We're really growing that channel. It's cool. But basically, I really wanted to learn Magic the Gathering. During the time that we played this game, it was fan-made thing. I wanted to figure out how to play the game, so we kind of did that. But it wasn't a good way to play because, IRL playing, we tried Commander out first, and that was really bad. So, and then, you know, I wanted to do some stuff here. So when the Final Fantasy set came out, I actually purchased the 2-player set, which was Sephiroth build and a Cloud deck. And you pretty much, you know, I was learning there, but I wanted a little bit more. So I was like, is there a really good way? I looked online, is there a really good way to play Magic the Gathering? And besides doing the usual route that everyone does, which is play Magic the Gathering Arena, which is a free-to-play game you can play on whatever, Steam, on your phone. You know, I wanted to play with every single card ASAP, not playing against other people because I'm learning. You play with the Forge Adventure, and we can download this, it's free. And there's different ways to play. You can do freaking simulated drafting. You can do all of the new cards. You can test out decks. But what I did, the specific Forge Adventure, which I spent like maybe 20 hours plus playing already, where is you start the game in an open world, you get a different deck, and there's different sort of parameters that you can choose. And then your whole goal is to run around, build up a deck, fight creatures, do quests, go to towns, level up, buy things in shops, and then go to tournaments, and then you get drafts and stuff. And the footage that you're seeing specifically here, this is from a Final Fantasy draft. So pretty much you would go to a town, you would pay a little bit of gold, and then you would go ahead and draft just as you would simulated against other people, and you make a deck and then you go for it. Now, it's really addicting because you can make so many different decks, you have so many cards. This game has all the cards from pretty much literally every single set, every promo. And every time I would launch the game, every couple of days, there'd be a new update because there was new, like, whatever Beyond sets, Sonic stuff coming out, the new other sets coming out, Avatar, The Last Airbender sets coming out, the Marvel stuff, the Spider-Man stuff. It would all be uploaded and put in the game. Then as you play, like, it wouldn't mess with the game when it updates. You would just go to different sort of shops, and it's like, oh, there's a Wolverine card there. That thing wasn't here last time. Maybe does it work? I forgot what color it is. Oh, is it freaking red or it's green or whatever? I'll buy it. Woo, green, white. I'll go ahead and buy that Wolverine card and maybe put it in a deck. So it's just a really, really fun way to play Magic the Gathering if you're new, if you're old, if you just want to have some fun and don't play online, because I really don't want to play Arena. It's a freaking mobile game, so you're gonna have to play every single day to unlock the cards, go online, play with a bunch of sweats, spend money, etc. You just have some fun and play here. It's being updated all the time. I highly recommend MTG Forge Adventure. It's just really solid. It's a good ass game. So that's my number 4. Played a lot of it. Plan to play a lot more. Here we go. Number 3. It's going to be Street Fighter 6. Now, Street Fighter 6. Already, it's been like what, 2 to 3 years since the game came out already, and yeah, we're still playing. I played it when it first came out. Basically, I didn't play a lot of Street Fighter 5. I played a little bit of 4. Played a lot of 2, but then when 6 came out, I was like, this is the time where I'm definitely going to be jumping into the genre of fighting. I want to play this. I want to play Tekken. I didn't touch Mortal Kombat, etc. But I am really, really into fighting games now, thanks to Street Fighter 6 and a lot of content creators surrounding it. Maximilian, dude. We have Sajam, who does all those cool Sajam slams where he gets other content creators that don't really play a lot of fighting games to learn the game and jump on into it. It's fun watching those streams, having them learn the game, and me being also entertained, and then just, we'll just want to jump in anyway and just have some fun and see what I can do. So even though this game came out a couple years ago, we played Jury, we dropped the game for a bit, and then this year they came out with, Sagat, Sea Viper, and then I ended up really picking up Ed here and playing a lot of it, and I loved it. We started getting really good at the game. I tried purchasing a sort of a fight stick, didn't like it. I still have it. I have a leverless as well, so I have a one with the joypad, one with the stick, one that's leverless, but I always end up just playing with controller just because it's more comfortable with me. So that's how I do it. But yes, when they have like the new characters coming out, they have Alex, and they also have what is it, Enid or Enid, something with the E coming out. I can't wait to play her. So yeah, it's just good. I haven't really touched single player at all. Not really. It's just practice mode. Training mode and ranked. That's all I do. Training, ranked, and of course, when people want to fight when they come in the stream, I'll play them. But it's just solid, man. This is one of the most balanced fighting games out there right now. It's really good for beginners. And yeah, they just did a good job at Street Fighter. So it's a game that I'm going to keep coming back to. And we'll see what happens, man, when they come out with new stuff. Who knows how long this game's going to last. I'm going to guess maybe 3 to 4 more years before they start making up, the complete special edition you can rebuy. It has all the characters. But yeah, Street Fighter 7 maybe in 2031, I'm gonna guess. I'm just calling it now, 2031. 2031. We'll see what happens. Street Fighter, man. It's in my number 3 because it's just such an enthralling game. Really good. It's extremely fun to learn and get better at the game and see all the stats. And we even watch pros play and having fun streaming. So that's it, Street Fighter 6. Time for my number 2 of games not released in 2025, but I played a lot in 2025, and this is Backpack Battles. The footage you're seeing is pretty old. It's like a year old. I've been playing it every single day since then, but I haven't been recording it because I'm just playing it on my own. But Backpack Battles is an auto battler, of course. In the same vein as, the Bazaar, etc. This game is really fun and charming. I think it released last year out of early access. but I've been playing it even before that, when it was in early access. I support this game. I really recommend it. They're even coming out with a new engineer class upcoming, hopefully in early 2026. But this game is addicting. It's one of those games where you don't have to rush it. You pretty much open the game, have some fun, and literally every time I open the game, I hit random. I don't pick a class, I just do random because it's just so fun jumping in, playing ranked, seeing how far you can get, and just having some fun. What makes it good is the different variety of builds, the randomness of the game, just seeing how far you go, and the casualness of it. There's no timer, you're not rushed, you can have some fun, you can close the game down. And in my everyday life, I love opening this and just playing this when I got a bowl of food, I want to watch a video in the background here while I'm eating, before my day starts. Or if I have some downtime during work, I was like, I'll play a game of backpack battles, last like 20 to 30 minutes. So you open the game, you just eat, do some stuff here, watch some videos in the background. It's a nice and chill game. I used to do a lot of videos on this. I don't know if I will anymore. I don't know. I maybe have to see if people are itching to see gameplay of this, because I don't mind playing it for videos and stuff, but I just have to check if anyone wants to actually see it. So we'll go ahead and see. But this is a game that just super good just to play on my own, and I don't have a need to make content of it. It's just a solid ass game, and they're updating it pretty regularly. As I said, they're going to be coming out with a new class soon, so backpack battle is really good. One game that kind of fell off, I think, is Super Auto Pets, or Super Pet Battles or something like that. That game was sick too. I don't remember if that was a browser-based game or if you can get that on Steam, but I should go recheck that game out, see what's been going on there. But yeah, this is just a solid one. Freaking Bizarre. Bizarre dropped the ball, by the way. Freaking Bizarre. So yeah, this game is number 2. That good. Playing. Let's see how many hours of this I played so far, just so you can get an idea. So backpack battles. So I played 193 hours so far. Yeah, let's go. Backpack battles number 2. Time for my number 1 game that came out not in 2025, but I played a lot of in 2025, and that is Brotato. Now, just like with backpack battles, Brotato, I have played around, let's see, Brotato. I played around 157 hours. So even though I played backpack battles a little bit more, this one's number 1 because I played this more than backpack battles this year. Because backpack battles, it was like throughout like the last 2 years, and this one is like all this year. So basically, this is a survivor's game. It's a roguelike game. It's very addicting. It's fun. Very low sort of low commitment to jump in and play. Low commitment on how to play it. I pretty much played a lot either here on my couch, here on my computer, or playing it on my couch on the Steam Deck. It's really good and perfect because it's a simple game, but it can get a little convoluted, but it's just addicting. Pretty much, you pick your little Brotato, your different character. They have lots of different sorts of abilities. Like, okay, this one can, like the character I'm using now, I believe it's like a primitive weapons only or something like that. And then there's other ones that say guns, or one that says you can, you are faster, but you take a lot of damage, etc. There's like lots of classes like that. And then you do up to 20 waves or endless, but obviously we do 20 waves here. So 20 waves throughout the wave, and monsters come at you. You pick up a different sort of loot on the way, and then between each sort of wave, you customize your character by increasing their stats, decreasing stats. You could also get lots of weapons, combine the weapons. You could also get lots of passives that give you new damage or really good passives, etc. And pretty much all you have to do is walk around and the game auto attacks for you. You can play a little bit more manually if you want, where you can point your stick in a direction and your character will shoot and attack in the way. But the way that I play it, it's a very casual game. I sit back and just use my left hand to just move around and then do other stuff. That I play that way. It's a super chill game, and not only is the game loop good, but the sort of addictiveness. There is a sort of meta progression here where if you complete challenges, beat things with characters, you're going to unlock new weapons and new passives to make each run a lot more better. Obviously you increase the pool, but this year they I think like last year or either the year before, they came out with the new DLC that added a completely new map, a bunch of new mechanics, and a lot of characters, which was great. I played it then, but then this year they came out with another update where it's like a whole slew of planned updates where they're going to be revamping the game in graphics, a little bit of quality of life stuff. So I went in and played it. I was like, okay, cool quality of life stuff. I liked it. Then I ended up playing more and more and more. And by the time I knew it, I had 100%ed theme achievement the game. That means beating, unlocking all the items, all the passives, all the weapons, completing every single stage with all of the characters. And there's a shit ton of characters. So I would play every single character with map 1, every single character in map 2, and of course, on the hardest difficulty, I played it all as well. And it's just really fun and challenging. Some of the ones can get a little bullshitty, but that's the challenging part of it is, going through and trying to make it work with all the different classes. So Brotato is a game that I just had so much fun with. Honestly, this game ruined my 2025 in terms of productivity. I could have made a lot more videos and stuff, but I ended up just playing this game a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do the video scripts. I'll record some stuff and I'll stream later. Let me just play a little bit of Brotato. I probably should have just streamed a bunch of it. It would have, not eaten up a lot of my own casual time for doing other stuff. But I pretty much uninstalled the game as soon as I 100%ed it. No more. I'm done with it. But if they come out with a new update with more stuff, I'll install it again. So that is all the games that I played in 2025, not released in 2025. Hope you guys enjoy my top 10. Let me know your guys' top 10 with the same criteria down below. What games did you play that didn't release? And then in a future video coming up in the next day or two, it'll be all the games that came out in 2025 that we played in 2025. Anyways, that was my very personal list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys next time.